Hello everyone, Ember Power here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'm going to be doing something a bit different, in that I'm going to be looking at top 3 changes I would make in Pokemon TCGO. Now, with the release of Pokemon TCG Live coming at a later date this year, supposedly, I thought it'd be a good time to take a look at some things that I would change about this original client. It has experienced very little change in its lifespan, and I think there's some issues with it that I'd like to go over in today's video. So taking the number third spot, I would like to go over trading. Now, this is something that's very controversial with the community because I know with Pokemon TCG Live, they are actually removing trading completely. They're just replacing it with a crafting system. And I know a lot of people are upset by that, but there is some plus sides to it. Major plus side is that it removes scams from the game, and essentially Pokemon TCGO, if you spend any amount of time on it, is essentially a bit of a scam culture, funnily enough. There's a ton of people that encourage it as well, and it's generally something that you'd experience a lot, either on the trading post or on public offers, which are typically very bad deals. So my proposed solution to this is that I would love to see some kind of brief guide on prices, either on the interface over here, or just something that could tell you what were the best decks in the format at the time, because I really don't think you should have to go to something like real-time prices to check prices of cards, frankly. And, there's a ton of people who are new to the game who end up getting scammed out of cards because they weren't aware that their, Arceus V-Star that they just pulled was actually worth, wasn't worth just one Silver Tempest pack or whatever. So I do think the scam culture does need to be addressed, and they need to essentially fix it so that people are given some kind of guide, because there's just way too many offers in public trades that people could end up going for that are new to the game, and then it takes, several scams for people to learn that, oh wait, maybe some of these deals really aren't that good. So when we just look at some of these, like 2 Scoop of Net for 2 Silver Tempest, I personally wouldn't do that trade. Maybe that's a fair trade, I guess, but sometimes they're very bad typically. Like Radiant Zard for multiple Silver Tempest. I mean, that's not admittedly too bad a trade, but I've seen other ones where it's like 1 Radiant Zard for 1 copy of Lost Origin or something, and it's like, why is this here? Like, there we go, Scoop of Net for Horror Psychic Energy, terrible trade, or, all of these ones are pretty bad. So yeah, I would like to see some kind of implementation that could guide players on, prices. So my second point I'd like to make is for the shop, which I believe to be incredibly bland compared to a lot of other shops on a lot of other card games online. So compared to something like MTG Arena, which has a lot of features in its shop, this shop is very, very bland. We've got booster packs, and then I guess this is I don't know why they call this feature when there's nothing else in it, but either way, this is just the most popular booster packs or the latest ones. In this section, we have all the booster packs you can buy, all of them at 200 coins, even the older expensive ones from Expanded and Legacy. Then there's also the theme decks, which are all 500 tokens, which I think is a bit extortionate for how good these decks are. But either way, 500 is the price for all of them. Again, all the way down to Legacy. Legacy theme decks are definitely not on the same level as standard or expanded ones, and again, they are the same price. And then gameplay is limited to the first 3 evolution starters in the form of deck boxes and sleeves. I wouldn't have so much of a problem with this if there was a lot more Pokemon to choose from, but it's literally just Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Not even Pikachu, Eevee, or any of the Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Legend Arceus, any of the other starters that we've seen before. Nope, just the first 3, which I think is very underwhelming and fairly lazy in my opinion. But either way, there's just nothing here. And what I would love to see is some kind of implementation of maybe either triple boosters with a promo card, like they do IRL. I know they want to encourage you to buy the product, so you purchase the code as well. But either way, I would love to see that kind of implementation. Maybe for each set, they take a couple of rares that are playable, or a couple of commons, or uncommons, sorry, and they release them in full rarity. They pair it with a pack, and they charge, let's say 300 tokens for it. I think that would be perfectly acceptable. Or, they have bundle offers where you purchase 5 booster packs and then it comes down to 600, 800 tokens. I have seen some kind of criticism for these suggestions, saying it would ruin the online economy or whatever. But really, this is a Pokemon trading card game online. There shouldn't really be much of an economy, economy, and what economy there is largely based on scamming. So I personally believe they need to shake up that quite a bit. Then the number one point I have to make is a ranked ladder and a casual format. So basically, the ranked ladder we've got now is just abysmal. It's barely a ranked ladder. Essentially, it's just based on your win rate. And there really needs to be more than this. There needs to be some kind of leaderboard to compete with, because what ends up happening is you end up getting paired up with someone who has a rogue deck. You're trying to play a counter deck or a meta deck, and then you're just like, well, this is useless because I'm testing for a regional or I'm testing for a competitive online event, and I'm getting paired up with, a Radiant Jirachi deck that relies on flipping two heads to knock me out, So it's very jarring. So counter decks are a lot weaker in that regards. One thing I would suggest is with a ranked ladder is also just have a casual ladder as well, and then maybe reduce the rewards for the casual ladder and increase the rewards for the ranked ladder. So I think these rewards, although they are fairly underwhelming because you can't trade anything you pull for some reason, I think these rewards should stay the same for casual, and then ranked ladder, maybe they could increase these slightly just to discourage people from farming wins on the casual ladder. But either way, I think there is plenty of issues that they need to address, and hopefully they do address all these issues in Pokemon TCG Live. They have shown they are improving some aspects of the game, I guess, but they're also decreasing the game in numerous ways. I didn't want to make a video destroying TCG Live because I know there's plenty of other videos that already do that. But either way, I think there's definitely a lot of issues present in the Pokemon TCGO overall. But either way, let me know what you think down below. It's been Ember Power. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.